Today I will be filming another review and I will talk a little bit more in depth about menstrual cups. I have received a little package from OrganiCup, so I will be talking more about this brand and just reviewing them and give you some insights about my experience. In my opinion, menstrual cups aren't like the latest news these days and there are so many people talking about them and using them, but I still feel like there are loads of people who haven't heard about them or are just curious and want to see and explore more reviews and just to hear other people's opinions. So I decided that it is worth it to talk about it and just give you my honest experience and opinion about these products. So I have been using OrganiCup for about 3 years or even 4. I'm actually not quite sure, but it's been super long, and this has been actually the only brand that I have been using the whole time, so I cannot really compare it to anything else, but it's a good thing because this was the first one I tried and I liked it and I just sticked around with it and I didn't change it because yeah, they didn't give me a reason to look for another brand to try out. So that's the thing. So I cannot really compare it with others, but I can tell you everything what I liked about this product and why I'm still sticking around with it. So first time when I heard about menstrual cups was in some random YouTube video where one woman was talking about what is inside her luggage when she's traveling, and she just mentioned the moon cup and I had no clue what it is, so I just googled it, and of course because of googling and using social media afterwards I saw it on my feed as an ad, and that was actually the first time when I can reckon that I have actually clicked on the ad and that I have purchased something. So that's how I found out about this product, and yeah, it was around 3 or 4 years ago. I cannot like give you a specific date, but that's how I found it, and yeah, it was basically through advertising. So yeah, after I saw this ad I was very curious and I did an immediate research on what it is and how to use it, and I watched a bunch of reviews, but it still felt like there isn't enough information, but I was super curious and I actually bought a product, and one of the main reasons which sounded super good for me was that you can use it for up to 10 years and that it reduces loads of rubbish and garbage which you would be producing if you just use like regular tampons or pads, because I'm always trying to look for new ways how to eliminate the waste that I'm producing, and I think that the periods for women are one of the main ways how just waste is being produced, because you just have to use something during your period, and yeah, it's just necessary to have something. But ever since I have got my period I can always remember that there has been some struggle or just simple things that you forget that your period is about to start, and then you forget to take something with you like tampons or pads and they just stay home, so you have to buy new ones, and sometimes there's just something leaking, and yeah, it's always been quite difficult during those days, but I never thought that there can be another solution. So that's the other reason why I was super happy to find about menstrual cups. But yeah, I was just super interested in the product and it sounded so great for the environment and for yourself as well, so I just decided to order it and try it out. But yeah, let's get back to OrganiCup menstrual cup, and this is how it looks when it's packed, and already from the packaging you can see that it looks much better for the environment because it's just wrapped in like a cardboard box, and compared to any other tampon or pads packaging, this looks already much better. And OrganiCup comes in 2 sizes. I'm using size A because I haven't given birth vaginally to anyone yet, but there's also size B, which is for those women who have. So you just have to see what size suits you better, but I have heard that some people are also using size B even though they haven't given birth to anyone yet because they just prefer to have a bigger size. But this one in size A works for me great, and I cannot complain about that basically. But yeah, this is how it looks, so let's get and open it. It's super simple packaging and you can just open it like that, and it gives you all instructions inside. So I don't know, this is one of the greatest packagings that I have ever seen. So here is our OrganiCup menstrual cup, and it comes in this super cute cotton bag which you can take with you when you're traveling, or just simply store it in there because it's very handy and it's cute as well. And yeah, the OrganiCup menstrual cup itself looks like this, and I like that it's simple design and there is no specific color or anything like that. I don't know, it's just my preference, but otherwise it doesn't really matter because it's inside you, and it's not something that is, in my opinion, supposed to be super stylish or anything like that. But yeah, this is how it looks, and I remember that first time when I saw it I was quite confused, and I was like, what is it and how I'm supposed to use it? And yeah, I was just simply confused because I never seen anything like that, but now it's just like second nature for me, and there is nothing weird about it in my opinion. Let's get back to instructions, and I will just give you some insights on how to use it and what are the pros and cons. Although I think there are no cons at all, at least not from my experience, but yeah, I will just give you some insights from the instructions here. Basically, this small cup can hold up to 25 milliliters of your period, and it equals around 3 big tampons that you would use, depending of course on your flow and how often you have to change and stuff like that. But you can keep it inside you for approximately 12 hours, and yeah, of course it depends how often you have to change it and how much blood you are getting during your period. For example, if it's first days or if it's your last days, because yeah, it's not equal throughout the whole time. So yeah, but you can keep it up for longer, and you can also insert it earlier before your actual period starts. At least that's what I'm doing, because I usually just check on the calendar to see when my cycle is about to start, so I just insert it in advance, so there is no struggle with forgetting it or anything like that, because it's much better rather than tampons, because it doesn't absorb anything, it just stays there and you can empty it whenever. So in that way it's more safe, and yeah, that's the one thing that I really like, because I can plan in advance and it doesn't affect my body in a bad way, let's say. For myself, I haven't changed the way my OrganiCup looks like. I just left it as it was from the very beginning, and I'm still using it as it is. But since all of us are different, you can kind of customize it. And this stem, it comes in this length. I think it's like 1 centimeter or something like that, but I know that maybe for some people it might be too long, so you can cut it, but I wouldn't suggest to cut it beforehand. I would suggest to try it first out and to see if you can actually feel it inside you, because you're not supposed to feel it, but if you decide to cut it, you have to cut it once it's outside, because no, just don't put scissors anywhere near there. But for me, I didn't need to cut it, and this length is totally fine for me, and once it's inside I cannot feel it, and yeah, so that's fine. But otherwise, if you wish and if you feel like you have to shorten it a little bit, you can do so, and there is like these ripped lines where you can choose to cut to, or I don't know, you can just customize it. But basically these ribbon parts are meant to be so it's easier for you to catch it once you're pulling it out, so it helps you in a way. But now let's talk about how to insert and remove it. As I remember, for myself it was quite difficult for me to understand and to actually learn it, and yeah, because simply you're doing something like that for the first time, so it of course takes practice, and the confusion in the beginning is quite big, but there is nothing crazy, and for me it took about 3 times, and after 3rd time I was like a pro in this field. But it's just simply something that you have to learn, and that you just have to do to get used to it, because I understand completely that doing something like that for the first time, it wouldn't maybe be the most comfortable thing you are experiencing, but therefore I'm doing this review so it can help you also. So basically there are 2 ways on how to insert it, and the first one is called punch down. So basically you take your finger here from the side and you punch it down literally, and yeah, then just take it out, and you have got something similar to this. But to be honest, I'm never using this way because I find it more difficult because it's kind of in a way bigger than the other way, so I'm normally not using this one, and it's just something that you have to practice and to see. Maybe you can try out and maybe this way is more comfortable for you, but I'm using the C-fold way, which is basically that you push it in here from the side and then you just create something similar to the C shape. Basically that's it, and then you do the same thing that you just push it in yourself. But yeah, in my opinion, in this way it looks a little smaller, and for me basically that's the easiest option. But here comes the struggle part, so you actually have to insert it in, and as I mentioned before, for me the first couple of times were quite difficult because I didn't know how to do it, but you simply just have to practice and try out different positions. And for myself, the best and the most comfortable and easiest position that I found, and I'm still doing it in the same way because it just works for me, is that I'm kind of sitting in like a half squat, and then just my legs are a little bit spread, and you simply insert the cup from that position. And of course you should be relaxed, so it's easier to push it and insert it in. For me, I normally change it every 8 hours or so, which is basically I put it in the morning, then I go to work, and then I change it after work, and then again before going to bed, and then in the morning again. But you can keep it in up to 12 hours, and of course, as I mentioned before, it depends on your flow and how much blood you're getting during your period, and also in which day of the period you are in, because sometimes during the first days it's a little bit heavier than, for example, during the last days. But of course it depends on your body and it depends on your period how it's going with you. And here comes the second tricky part of the removal and how to actually take it out. But once you get used to it, it's just second nature of doing it, and there is nothing crazy about it. But for me, the easiest way, which I found for myself, of course it can be different for you, was that I'm simply sitting on the toilet, and after peeing or pooping, when you're done with your business, then you can remove it, and you just kind of, you have to be relaxed, like you're almost, I don't know, doing your business, and then you just kind of have to push it out, almost like as pooping. I don't know, it's just, I don't know, for me it's in that way something similar. This description is kind of confusing, but yeah, you simply have to push it out as if you would poop, because then it comes out a little bit, and then you can actually feel this bottom part, and you can catch it with your fingers, pull it down even lower, and then you can kind of grab it from this part and then pull it down, and in that way it eliminates the vacuum which is happening down there. And yeah, then you just simply take it out, and that's it, your cup is out. So that's the way how I do it, and I really think that sitting on the toilet is the easiest option, because if you're squatting, then you are maybe a bit too low. I know that some women do it, that they are just standing on one leg and then they put another leg up like that, and then you can kind of take it out, but I found it myself to be quite difficult and also strange, so I don't know, for me it works the best when I'm just sitting on the toilet and then just kind of pulling it out. And yeah, once it's out, you simply just rinse the blood and then just wash it with some water and put it back in. And last but not least, you of course have to take care of your cup, so there is no bacteria or anything like that, because we don't want any infections down there. So basically it's advised that you boil it in water for approximately 3 to 5 minutes before and after every use. Within period, you can of course boil it after every single time you take it out and insert it. It depends how much you are germophobic about that, but it's enough if you just boil it before the period and after the period, like once you finish using it for good for the month. But if you wish, you can just simply do it every single time, and if it gives you extra comfort knowing that it is completely clean, then that's totally up to you, and you can simply just go for it. But otherwise, OrganiCup also has these wipes which you can use in between periods. For example, if you're in a public toilet and there is no sink inside the toilet cabin, so you can definitely use these, because sometimes like these things you maybe don't want to wash your menstrual cup in a public sink, because like it might make not only you uncomfortable but other people who might see it. So you can definitely use these ones, and you just have to wipe your menstrual cup with it, and then it's just clean and you can insert it in again. So that's quite nice solution for cleaning your OrganiCup in that way. And also there is OrganiWash, which you can use not only for your body but for cleaning your OrganiCup before and after inserting. So this is also a nice option to use for these kind of things. And last but not least, I forgot to mention about leaks. I haven't really experienced that much of them by myself, maybe during the heavier days when the cup is almost full, so in that way there could be something that might leak, but nothing major, and it always stays still and it's not really moving for me, so it's always super comfortable and nothing's really leaking from there. So in that way it's totally fine, and you can still do your regular activities, and it's not like you have to be super careful or you just cannot do it during those days. But if you're a little bit concerned, then of course I can advise you to put in some pad or maybe just use period panties, and if it makes you feel more comfortable, and yeah, just to avoid something like that and dirty underwear or dirty sheets or anything like that, then if you feel more comfortable, then definitely you're welcome to use a pad or something like that, which might help during those days. But otherwise you can still do all the sports and running and stretching and swimming and whatever. Maybe I wouldn't advise to do headstands and stuff like that, because then your body is literally upside down, but otherwise it shouldn't be a problem at all. But yeah, that was basically it from me. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that this review is going to help you if you're planning to purchase menstrual cup, or if you're just wondering on how to use it and how to insert and remove it. But for me it definitely has been a great life changer, and I couldn't be happier that I actually started to use it, because I'm just thinking about all the waste I could have produced by using tampons and pads, and all the comfort that actually menstrual cup has given me. It's just crazy to think about it. But yeah, actually here in the box there was this flyer which says that during 2 years of buying period products and having period, I could have used around 528 pads or tampons. It depends like on what each woman used, but I'm still using the same menstrual cup, and nothing has changed, and yeah, it's just crazy to think about it. But yeah, I will leave all the product details below this video in the description box, so feel free to check them out. And also I will leave a discount code, so feel free to use it on your next purchase when buying a menstrual cup from OrganiCup. And also I will be doing a little giveaway on my Instagram page with these products, so make sure to follow me there, and I will be announcing it shortly. And otherwise, if there is anything I didn't cover in this video, feel free to ask me questions in the comment section and I will take it from there. But thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a big thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, and see you later. Bye!